We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. If you want to live a happy life, tie it to a goal, not to people or thing. Logic will get you from A to B. Imagination will take you everywhere. The only source of knowledge is experience. Peace cannot be kept by force. It can only be achieved by understanding. The important thing is not to stop questioning. Curiosity has its own reason for existing. In the middle of difficulty lies opportunity. The most beautiful thing we can experience is the mysterious. It is the source of all true art and science. Not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. I have no special talents. I am only passionately curious. Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind. The only way to escape the corruptible effect of praise is to go on working. A person who never made a mistake never tried anything new. The difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. If you can't explain it to a 6-year-old, you don't understand it yourself. Any intelligent fool can make things bigger, more complex, and more violent. It takes a touch of genius and a lot of courage to move in the opposite direction. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. The only thing that interferes with my learning is my education. Two things are infinite, the universe and human stupidity, and I'm not sure about the universe. Great spirits have always encountered violent opposition from mediocre minds. Education is not the learning of facts, but the training of the mind to think. The value of a man should be seen in what he gives, and not in what he is able to receive. Everything should be made as simple as possible, but not simpler. I never think of the future. It comes soon enough. Reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. I know not with what weapons World War III will be fought, but World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. I believe in intuition and inspiration. Imagination is more important than knowledge, for knowledge is limited, whereas imagination embraces the entire world, stimulating progress, giving birth to evolution. I fear the day that technology will surpass our human interaction. The world will have a generation of idiots. The world is a dangerous place to live, not because of the people who are evil, but because of the people who don't do anything about it. The hardest thing in the world to understand is the income tax. If we knew what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Most people say that it is the intellect, which makes a great scientist. They are wrong. It is character. I have tried 99 times and have failed, but on the 100th time came success. The pursuit of truth and beauty is a sphere of activity in which we are permitted to remain children all our lives. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. The true value of a human being is determined primarily by the measure and the sense in which he has attained to liberation from the self. The only thing more dangerous than ignorance is arrogance. A man should look for what is, and not for what he thinks should be. All that is valuable in human society depends upon the opportunity for development accorded the individual. Science is a wonderful thing if one does not have to earn one's living at it. I never made one of my discoveries through the process of rational thinking. If you want your children to be intelligent, read them fairy tales. If you want them to be more intelligent, read them more fairy tales. A happy man is dissatisfied with the present, to dwell too much on the future. The most incomprehensible thing about the world is that it is comprehensible. Intellectuals solve problems, geniuses prevent them. We should strive to do things in his spirit, not to use violence in fighting for our cause, but by non-participation in anything you believe is evil. We still do not know 1,000% of what nature has revealed to us. I believe in intuitions and inspirations. I sometimes feel that I am right. I do not know that I am. We cannot despair of humanity, since we ourselves are human beings. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Knowledge is limited. Imagination encircles the world. The measure of intelligence is the ability to change. No problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer. Only a life lived for others is a life worthwhile. I believe that a simple and unassuming manner of life is best for everyone, best both for the body and the mind. I am a determinist. As such, I do not believe in free will. I believe in standardizing automobiles, not human beings. To raise new questions, new possibilities, to regard old problems from a new angle requires creative imagination and marks real advance in science. In matters of truth and justice, there is no difference between large and small problems, for issues concerning the treatment of people are all the same. The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant. We have created a society that honors the servant and has forgotten the gift. I am not only a pacifist, but a militant pacifist. I am willing to fight for peace. Nothing will end war unless the people themselves refuse to go to war. There are two ways to live. You can live as if nothing is a miracle, or you can live as if everything is a miracle. I am by heritage a Jew, by citizenship a Swiss, and by makeup a human being, and only a human being, without any special attachment to any state or national entity whatsoever. The release of atom power has changed everything, except our way of thinking. The solution to this problem lies in the heart of mankind. If only I had known, I should have become a watchmaker. A human being is a part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and feeling as something separated from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to affection for a few persons dearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion, to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty.